mic on. Switch it on. It's on.
Hello?
Oh, we're here. Hello?
Yeah, I just want to talk.
Oh, yeah. Hey, can you turn your brain on for a second? We're about to pod, Vic. Please turn your brain on. All right. Hey, welcome to Blunder Podcast. My name's Arkai. What's your name?
Vic Van Tran.
Vic Van Tran. What's up, dude? We're back another week.
Another week
with a lot of blunders, mistakes, flops, regrets.
Yeah, was your
awkward situations.
Was your life pretty blunderous lately?
Yes, I would say we've had a blunderful season so far.
Yeah?
What's the bountiful? A blunderful.
Wonderful. Yeah,
blunderful
I like wonderful.
season.
It sounds like wonderful.
yeah, but the opposite.
Yeah.
It's actually terrible. Everything's terrible. No,
wow,
I've had
horrible,
some blunders
bro.
here and there. You know, my life's ups and downs as every life is. How about you? You got some things happen in your life?
Yeah, mostly downs.
Like the syndrome or just moments in your life?
What happened? Something happened yesterday. Oh, my girlfriend, she had a funny mistake.
Oh.
She was staying over at my place, and in the morning.
That's a mistake. Gotcha.
She, my roommate. I'm not gonna say who it was. You know who it is.
Oh.
But they like bumped into each other in the kitchen in the morning, and my girlfriend knew that he went on a date the night before.
Uh-huh.
And so she was like, "Hey, good morning. How's your date? Was it a new girl?" Bro, she was upstairs.
Oh my God.
And
what did your roommate say?
I don't know. I'm sure he was nice about it, but I ran out of the kitchen. I was like,
New
girl,
yeah.
what are you doing?
That's so funny.
You're breaking the amnesty of
bro code. You don't bring that up.
690 Woodward 2B.
Just dox yourself. That's crazy, dude. All these stalkers we have are going to come kill you.
Mail me your affection.
That's so funny. I would. Do you think, is it echoing? Like, can you hear?
Oh, I hear everything in that house.
No, but do you think the girl heard who was over?
I think so, because I was in my room and I heard it.
Yeah, but
my ears perked up.
She was
Like,
upstairs.
oh, no.
Oh, did you tell your girlfriend? Don't do that.
Yeah, I went out there immediately. I was like, girl, you gotta be chill.
Stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told her, I said, girl, you gotta move in silence. That's what I told her. I was like,
Like
what are you
Lil Wayne.
doing?
G's
We move in silence.
like lasagna. The G's in lasagna. Move G's in silence like lasagna.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's yeah. I wonder if the girl upstairs heard and was like, "What was that about? Huh? What was that about?" You know? What
Yeah.
girl, how many girls are you seeing right now?
I mean, she shouldn't be surprised.
Because he's a player.
No, I mean,
Was cash.
she's complicit. Why would she be
Complicit.
mad that he was seeing somebody else whenever she's following the same behavior?
Well, I mean, the situation could be like seemingly exclusive. You know,
like she's being misled.
yeah.
And my girlfriend blew up the entire cover.
Yeah. That's a very real and I think common situation. Where it's like, oh no, I'm just seeing you, and the next thing you know, it's like, oh, we're seeing a lot of people.
Yeah.
Do you know this person?
Then I guess my girlfriend fast forwarded that relationship.
That's okay. It's like COVID. She's like COVID.
Yeah.
Just fast forward how society should work.
Right.
Zoom
No, I've never
meetings.
seen her. I have no idea. I just heard her footsteps upstairs.
Whoa. And you guys, I'm assuming your roommate did not talk about this at all.
He brought it up.
Really?
But we were joking about it.
He was like, you make sure your bitch girlfriend stays in line.
More along the lines of that. Yeah, actually, yeah.
Whoa.
Nah, it was chill.
I would have thought it kind of funny.
It was chill. She cried. Both of them cried. And we
Wait,
worked it
really?
out. No,
That's crazy.
no.
I was like, what a weird thing to cry about, but hey, crying's crying, whatever.
Yeah. But
Damn, that's funny. It's a blunder.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I just got so used to like the order of my apartment that I forgot that outsiders, it makes no sense. Like the rules, you know,
Oh,
we have like
like
unspoken rules in my apartment.
The unspoken rules is do not speak about anything. Don't bring up anything.
Yeah.
Damn, that's
Well,
funny.
when was the last time you had a roommate besides your
My
girlfriend?
girlfriend? Before the apartment before this. I've had 2 roommates in New York City until I moved in with my girlfriend. Now I only have 1.
Yeah.
So I've had yeah.
Would you have done that? Would you have asked, like, if your roommate had brought a partner home?
I think I would make sure that that person was gone, the partner was gone, or like the girl or whatever. You know what I mean? Instead of being like, "Hey, what's up? Did you have a good night?
How was it?"
Like I'd be like peeking around, being like, and I'll probably ask him like, "Is she still here?"
Yeah,
I think that's a fair thing to ask too. Like, because like if I want to know if there's someone a presence in the apartment, in case I need to like hide or like be real like quiet, you know, like. Because I'm bringing bitches all the time, you know what I mean? No, it's just me playing video games. But
it's a fair question to ask. It's a fair question to ask.
Yeah,
it's just funny how it played out.
Right.
New girl.
New
and
girl.
She's like, she's right behind me, isn't she?
Was this Ashley? Was this Megan? Was this Chrissy? Was it?
Let me see her.
Yeah, let's see her. Oh, it's a new one.
Ashley, come on down. Come on down.
Confetti just everywhere. Just like, oh, it's Ashley. We need more confetti in life. That's a fun blunder.
Yeah.
We live and learn, you know?
Yeah. Just don't ask questions. Don't ask
yeah.
questions. Don't ever ask your roommate any questions.
Loose lips.
Haven't seen him in
sink
6 days. No, don't ask
Oh my
questions.
God. That's weird.
They're probably just upstairs with a new girl.
You hadn't seen him in 6 days? Is that true? Like, if you hadn't seen your roommate or heard from your roommate in 6 days, would you even question that?
It depends on the roommate.
This particular roommate.
I have two roommates. One of them, I would not question. The other one, I'd be like, I haven't seen that person in a while. Haven't heard from them in a while.
But would you message that roommate, be like, hey, how are things going? Haven't seen you in a while. You dead?
No.
That's crazy.
Well, one of them I would.
Yeah.
Because it would be unlike him to like
disappear.
But
right.
the other one disappears all the time. He does it like deliberately.
That's not good though.
I know.
I mean, like you should check on. Like you should be like, hey, it's been like 3 days, or you just want to make sure you're alive.
Yeah, sure, yeah. No, I know you're right, but this is what I'm saying. This is one of the unspoken rules of the apartment.
It's crazy.
Look, that's just our natural ecosystem.
It's just, I don't know, man. Do you have his location?
No, bro, I don't believe in that, dude. I think like 2 people have my location.
Damn.
I think you might be one of them.
I love giving my location away willy nilly.
Do you have my location?
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't think you do. My cousin has it.
Yeah, I have a lot of
people's
locations.
I think that's it.
I never check locations. I truly never. I think it's just funny to share. What happens is usually when you share your location, they just share it back, and you're just like, okay.
Yeah, I just find that invasive. It's like, what if I need to lie?
Yeah, I don't need to lie. I'm a good guy, you know?
Yeah.
What are you lying about?
I don't know. It's just sometimes like white lies, you know? Like, what'd you do today? And I don't want to go through the details of my day.
Yeah. But then you can
I don't want them to like fact check. It's just logistically.
Who's doing that? No one cares. Who's doing that? That's what people are like, oh, I don't want people to like know about. No one's checking about your life. No one cares.
Parents? I know this girl, her mom, like checked her location all the time.
Yeah,
she was like in her 20s.
Yeah,
I had an old boss at a Chinese restaurant that wanted to put a tracker on me.
Ooh.
And then he said, "Can I put a tracker on you?" And I said, "Fuck no."
Wait, why? Why?
Why? They fired me.
Because were you always coming in late?
Fuck no. Huh?
Were you always coming in late?
No, he just wanted to start a new policy where he tracked his employees.
Yeah, that seems illegal.
Yeah. Well, I was also a delivery driver, but still, like, that's unnecessary.
Yeah, if you're getting the job done, who cares? Like, if you were getting the food on time, like
Which I was not, but that is besides the point.
Okay, that makes a little more sense.
Yeah.
People are calling the restaurant, hey, it's been like 3 hours. I don't have my food. Or they're calling the restaurant like, hey, my food's gone. It's just empty boxes.
Dude, one time when I was a delivery driver, I got stuck behind a train, and then like a customer started calling me, and then my boss called me, started chewing me out. I'm like,
damn, those trains can be long.
Yeah,
like
no,
30
I'm like,
minutes.
I'm stuck behind a train. What the fuck you want me to do?
Right.
And then he didn't believe me.
Well, yeah, because you're late usually.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's why you got to build up credit, like
and
trust
I
credit.
stole tips. And they knew.
So you stole from them. You were late on your deliveries.
Yeah, and you know what? They had a real problem with me.
Yeah. What the fuck, guys?
Yeah, because we would split the tips from deliveries, and then I remember I would bring back like,
it's like, oh, we only made this much.
Yeah.
The
I would like put like $1 in the tip jar, and they're like, oh, Mr. Johnson usually tips a lot more than that.
So
like,
weird.
Yeah, he didn't like my face, I guess.
Yeah, I was late. Were you doing other stuff when you're delivering food late?
No, I was just that expectations was just too high.
So okay, I'm more on your side now.
Yeah.
Because
I was stuck behind a train. What do you want me to do?
Okay, that's one instance.
Yeah.
there's more than one instance, right?
Yeah.
It's every time you're stuck behind a train.
It's a good excuse.
I used to go into work at my current job where I still work, and every day I came in like late, and my boss was like, "Hey man, you need to come in on time." And I said, "Okay." And like I kept coming in late. I kept making excuses. I started like messaging like, "Hey, train's delayed."
Nice.
Train's delayed, and then eventually after like 2 months, he'd be like, "Hey man, your train's not delayed every single day." And I'm like, "All right, you're right."
Wait, so you just did that to me today?
What do you mean? No, this is real.
Oh.
Today was real.
Okay.
So, okay, it wasn't a train delay. I mean, there was a little bit of a train delay, but usually I bike from my office to the subway, but it was pouring rain. Oh, sorry. Pouring rain. I didn't want to bike in the rain.
Right.
So, like, it was a 15-minute walk, and it could have been a 5-minute bike ride. So I was a little late. But we figured it out. It was perfect timing. We're good.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not an issue, right?
I was thinking of another blunder that this happened to me the other day. I was doing a set at a comedy club, and I guess my default face on stage is like I look displeased, like I look upset to be there. You know, maybe I don't like comedy anymore because my face shows unpleasantness.
Do you feel that way while you're on stage, or do you feel kind of just autopilot?
Sometimes just autopilot. I don't know. I feel like I'm having a good time when I'm on stage. Just everything around it I don't really like anymore.
You don't like
but
the room,
I was
the
on
people.
stage, and then there was like an older black lady that just started, like in the middle of my set, she was like, "Oh, you mad? Why are you so mad? Oh, you mad right now?"
What were you talking about?
I think she was like talking during my set. She was like reacting to everything I was saying.
Kind of like passively heckling in a way.
Yeah, she was nice, but she's I guess had never been to a show before.
I hate when people do that. It's a very common thing.
Yeah,
when they think they're being supportive, they're like, "Oh my god, that's crazy!" Like they're like talking basically.
Yeah. And so I was trying to engage with her to like try to get her to stop.
Yeah.
But I was like, "Well, what's going on? Have you been?" Because I was talking about Texas. I was like, "Have you been to Texas?" And she goes, "Oh, you mad? Why are you so mad?"
You're like, I'm just engaged.
I'm just asking a question. But I put it together, and my face probably did look upset. I was like straining my face so I could see. It's dark, you know.
Dark in there. Did you get tape? You can rewatch the tape.
I asked for my tape, but they haven't sent it to me yet.
You know how I make those thumbnails for this podcast?
How?
You know how I do that.
Oh, I thought you were asking.
No. You know how I do that? I mean, like I do that. Right?
Yes.
It takes hours to find a face where you're not just scowling.
Is that true?
No.
Oh.
That's not true. That'd be funny though. I was like, why does he look so fucking pissed every single shot? He hates doing this.
I feel great. I'm happy to be here.
I'm happy to be here. I'm really happy.
Oh, you mad?
I'm not mad. I'm sad. Okay. My life is miserable. I'm not mad. I'm actually everything's fine, I guess.
I feel so numb to it all.
So how did you antagonize her when you started attacking her?
No, I couldn't.
No, you're mad.
It was like a nice old black lady from North Carolina at the show. I don't know how she got there.
I do find it weird when people find weird comedy clubs to go. I know the comedy club you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do you find this place? Like, what brought you here?
Yeah, I think they were like tourists too.
Right.
So I don't know.
What? Like when people would come, like tourists would come to my show in a random cafe in the Lower East Side, where I'm like, what do you don't get out of here? Like this isn't for you, you know?
Well, in New York, I think that is like one of the tourist things to do is go see a comedy show in New York.
Right. But in Bushwick, wait, is that where you're at? It's hard to say.
I didn't say that.
I didn't say that either.
I didn't say anything bad about the club. I just said there was an old black lady heckling me.
Yeah.
And they took care of her too. They came up to her, they tapped her on the shoulder, and said, "Hey, ma'am, you can't be black here."
Oh, there you go. At this nondescript comedy club that we'll never name.
Yeah.
There's plenty of clubs in Bushwick. What are we talking about? Anyway.
One of which that books me.
Nah, you've done shows in Bushwick. Come on. Don't do this to yourself. Anyway, we both saw Thunderbolts this week.
Yeah.
Spoilers coming. Turn this off. You don't want to hear about Thunderbolts. What did your review? What do you think?
We can't. Here's the problem with discussing movies on the
Yeah.
podcast. It's like 15 minutes in, we have to tell our listeners to turn it off.
Turn it off.
If you haven't seen this movie in the first 6 days that it's come out,
Right.
turn off our podcast.
If you've never seen any movie at all, just quit listening to our podcast forever. No, how about, can you do a spoiler-free review?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
Liked
spoiler-free review of Thunderbolts. It's another fucking Marvel movie.
I think it's a little better than most.
Yeah, it had like little twists here and there, but
I think
pretty
it's
much
a little
on the same linear
It's a
path.
little edgier. It's less like annoying. I felt like it was less like an annoying. Like most Marvel movies are pretty annoying. Like, there's too many jokes. You know, plot makes no sense. But this one's like plot makes sense. Some jokes here and there. Deals with like depression and
Did the
shit.
plot make sense? It was just kind of
I think a little bit. I mean, it made sense enough, I guess.
right.
The plot was very Marvel-y. Just like, oh, shit's hitting the fan. We got to fix it.
Every time I see a Marvel movie, as soon as the credits roll, I'm like, I gotta grow the fuck up. I gotta grow up. I can't keep.
You're like, why do I keep watching these?
I just wasted a night.
You
at
really
the
didn't
theater.
like it.
But the problem is I was fine with it. I did
Yeah.
like it. It's just like
It's the same
maybe
old.
I'm not happy that I liked it.
I think you're probably just desensitized and you're pissed that you're watching it.
Maybe. Yeah.
You mad? You mad?
What
huh?
was your take on the movie?
I thought it was fun. I think it was a little bit. It's like a little better than the stuff that's been coming out for sure. They kind of honed it in a little, which I thought was nice.
Yeah.
And I like how it looked. I think it looked much better than most Marvel movies.
Yeah.
It had like a nice gritty look to it. You know.
Yeah, I think they hired a bunch of like A24 type
Yeah.
cinematographers,
More like
and
the indie
directors.
side.
Yeah, they try to make it more like indie, but still,
Right. It's a Marvel movie.
the bones are still Marvel.
Right.
You know, but the makeup was indie.
Right.
Yeah.
It did get me excited to see Fantastic Four, which I think it will be a very similar movie.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm pretty excited. I think the whole.
I'm excited. That looks good.
I think visually it looks good. Who doesn't like Pedro Pascal? You know
People are starting to turn on him
why?
because of overexposure. They feel like he's in everything.
He is in everything.
My
But that's how
friend-
movie stars are. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but in this day and age, I mean, he's
truly in everything.
everything. Like he's in like 2 or 3 trending things at
Right.
the same time.
But the thing is, I don't even think he's the biggest actor right now. You know what I mean? Like he's not like he's in everything, but he's not like mega famous, right? Like he's no Tom Cruise. You know what I mean?
Right.
Which I think is interesting. He's no Leo
Yeah.
DiCaprio.
Like
you
a
know.
big blockbuster name.
Right, but he is in everything. But he's not like such a leading man character. Does that make sense? He's no Brad Pitt yet, I guess.
Yeah, in terms of like legacy and like aura,
Yeah.
but in terms of exposure, he's out there way more than them right now.
Well, how do you feel about that?
I like
pro?
Pedro Pascal,
Yeah.
so I don't have a problem with it.
Right.
Yeah.
I think he's also a good actor. He's like
Yeah.
solid. He's a solid actor. Easy to look at.
He's overexposed like Kevin Hart and The Rock are kind of overexposed.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
But they're kind of like unenjoyable. Like they
Right.
seem forced.
They got like a tackiness to them.
Yeah, like they seem like they're being forced on me.
Right.
But Pedro
like, I
Pascal,
don't
it just
care
seems
about
like,
you.
man, this guy's working.
Yeah.
This guy's everywhere.
I feel like Timothy Chalamet for a moment was in everything. Like
yeah.
last summer, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows complaining? You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was in like 2 Oscar-nominated movies.
Yeah,
He was
Dylan,
in Dune,
Bob Dylan, and Dune.
Bob Dylan.
Dune, Two Girls at Once. Something Bob Dylan would do. You know what I mean? Anyway, I think that overexposure thing. Like, who cares? Like, if you don't want to see him, don't see him in movies. Like,
But
don't
you
go to the
can't-
movie.
Everywhere you turn your head, he's there. Fantastic Four,
such
The
a
Last
stupid-
of Us.
Such a stupid complaint. Such a weird complaint.
My dreams every night. He's always there.
Okay, it's a little different. He's overexposed. He's exposing himself in my dreams. No, that's a dumb complaint. I feel like people like to complain about Hollywood for stupid reasons.
One thing I did
Stupid
like
thing.
about Thunderbolts, and this is spoilery, so
Ooh, turn this off. Quit us.
is
Get outta here.
it wasn't all solved by violence. Like the conflict wasn't all solved by violence.
Yeah, that's sort of a movie trend. Right
Yeah,
now.
it's like you got to beat up the bad guy.
You got to
This
look
is a movie.
inwards
Yeah.
to fix.
I think
What's
I'm
inside
starting.
yourself.
Maybe I'm at a time in my life where
You just want
Violence is no longer the answer.
Oh, okay. But then wouldn't you like the movie then?
I did
More?
like that. I did like that part.
You like
of
that
it,
or that aspect?
Yeah.
I think that part's a little. See, that's interesting. Because that part for me, a little annoying. Like everything's like, you gotta fix your trauma. Like that's the theme. It's like,
Right.
Okay. All right. Who cares? We get it.
Yeah, trauma overexposed.
Oh, that's a little overexposed.
Trauma's a little overexposed.
It's been this way for like the last 7-10 years.
Yes, yes.
Since like Hereditary came out, it's like it's all been like everything is trauma based.
Yeah, trauma is the Pedro Pascal of mental health.
Yeah.
It's
And
everywhere.
in media. It's
everywhere.
overrepresented.
It's overrepresented.
Yeah, we need DEI.
Every
you know?
TV show is about it, you know.
It really is. The Pit, The Bear. Everything.
Adolescence.
I need more like good doctor, like an autistic person just doing this job, trying to connect with people, but can't. That's what I want to see.
Oh, just go to any open mic in the United States.
Well, I'm saying people need to see that in America, you know? We
Just
should record open mics and put them in theaters.
Just like good feeling shows.
Nah, I don't know. I kind of just made that up.
Mm.
Not even good feeling shows. But like what happens to like I guess the
It's
Sopranos
just
is
no
also
longer
trauma.
interesting. Like
Yeah.
the trope has been beaten to death.
Yeah.
We all have trauma. We're kind of over it.
Right.
We've collectively buried our trauma by just getting bored with it.
Dude, even honestly, since the Sopranos, this has been a thing.
Yeah, that's
Like
when
the-
it was
the
groundbreaking.
therapy. Yeah, that's when it was like, whoa.
Yeah.
We're talking about things we don't usually talk about.
Mm-hmm.
This mob boss is talking about his trauma.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I mean, you quit therapy.
I'm back, baby. But I'm not talking about it every single second I have.
Right.
I wish I could, though.
That's what therapy's for.
Yeah, that's what you... Exactly.
Yeah, trauma, overexposed.
So that's sort of what the movie's about. A little bit.
Yeah.
Overcome your traumas. Who doesn't love Florence Pugh, though? She's great. She's one of the best.
Yeah,
Great
she's
actor.
great. She's great.
She's cool. Great review. No, it ain't no How to Make Millions Before Grandma Dies. Not about trauma.
Sobbed. Yeah, that movie's not about trauma.
Yeah, it's about like family. That's sweet. I mean, it's also like good though. You know,
Mhm.
God, people, Americans have lost it. We have no we don't have the sauce anymore. Hollywood's over. That being said, can't wait for Fantastic Four. Releases July 25th, exclusively in theaters.
You know what? Trauma, it's like it shouldn't be shown.
What do you mean?
Like a character's trauma, it doesn't need to be explicitly shown. I think that's what cheapens it. If it's
Oh,
it can be implied.
It needs to be like subtle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, oh,
yeah.
that dude's kind of going through shit.
Because like imagine just talking to somebody and then they narrate their traumatic like
Yeah.
canon event. You'd be like, get the fuck, shut up.
I mean,
You're milking this.
they kind of did that with.
But
spoiler-
what if?
spoilers
But what
with
if they
Bob.
just? What if Bob just had sad eyes?
Well, that's the thing. They sort of
that's-
did.
Huh?
They sort of did for a little bit, and I was like, oh, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, but then you like.
Then you learn everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You go through like.
This is when I was on
flashbacks and
meth.
stuff. No flashbacks. No flashbacks. Just give us the sad eyes, and that's all we have to go for. And
Right.
then we see our own trauma in those sad eyes. And
Right.
Yeah, it makes the characters more relatable.
Much better.
Yeah.
You're right. All right. What movie should we watch together? The Phoenician
Oh, isn't
channel
there,
or
isn't there
whatever?
something coming out in like a week or so? There's something that I wanted to see. But anyways,
We'll watch it.
speaking of autism and trauma, your long-lasting open mic just ended.
Yeah. We're us three, the three co-hosts. We're too autistic to run it.
What about the third?
2 out of the 3. The 3 out of the 3 are too autistic. Too autistic to run it. We kept thinking about the logistics of it all and not the actual open mic, and it got real toxic real fast. Okay.
Did it really get toxic?
No, not really.
Oh.
No, it's over. The open mic's over. Thanks for coming. You came by a few times.
Yeah, I wanted to come to the last one, but then
No, who cares?
Didn't.
Everyone got like a minute, 2 minutes at
Yeah.
most. But it was like, we've been doing it for about 4 years. I'm glad it's over. Running an open mic, it does have a lot of pros to it. You've ran an open mic before, right? Have you hosted one?
never.
Really?
Mm-mm.
I think it's one of the best things you can do in New York City if you're just starting out,
Yeah.
because you meet everybody, like truly so many people you meet.
Yeah.
2, you have a weekly obligation to practice. Like you should come with something, right? Or else you're
Right.
just wasting your time.
Yeah. good
And
point.
3, you get to hear what other people are working on and kind of can morph your process based on how other people are doing. You know what I mean?
Well, that's an interesting point. I think that can go two ways.
Sure. Or if you spend too much time at the open mic, you become too open mic pilled.
That, and then like you're reacting to people's material instead of like it's not like coming linearly from you.
Right.
You know.
But I think that's on you as the open mic producer, host, or whatever to like realize where you are.
Right. That might be good for somebody who's like newer.
For 100%.
For sure. Yeah.
But like we were doing 4 years, like we've gotten everything we want out of this. We're good.
Yeah.
We don't need to keep doing this because also it's like 2.5 hours every week. You have to like
it's a big
rush
commitment.
from work.
Yeah.
You know, and like set up. You're like dead tired. You like had an 11 p.m. soccer game the night before. Like you can't. It's unsustainable. For
Everybody's
us.
mad at you.
Everyone's mad. Oh, dude. Speaking of, we were talking about a comic who was potentially autistic before the podcast. The dyed-haired guy that we were talking about. He's got mad at me
because of the mic.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Kind of my fault though, a little bit.
What'd you do?
He wanted to sign up, and I was like, and it was like I was setting up still. I was like, hey man, can I sign up? And like he was like aggressive about it. I was like, yo, like give us some time, like please. We're trying to set up right now. And I like kind of yelled at him a little bit. Yeah. And he was like pissed, and I was like, all right. Sorry, I did kind of lash out, but everyone here was being annoying.
Right.
Everyone needs to shut the fuck up. Give me a sec. But no, it's a relief. We're done. Off Menu is done with the Black Cat Lower East Side. I'll miss them. They're good cafe.
I'm happy for you, man.
Good show. You're one of the few who've done the show twice.
Let's go. Fun
show. You did great on them.
Yeah, they were fun.
Good shows. I had a good time. It was a good space. But yeah, it's time to
R.I.P. Black Cat.
They're dead. We're gonna burn the place down, and we're free.
They love that.
Yeah, they want that
insurance
money.
Insurance check.
Yeah, dude. I texted the owner. This is sort of a blunder. I texted the owner. I was like, "Hey, man, like, this is like 3 weeks ago, right?" I was like, "Hey, man, like, thinking about ending the mic in like 2 weeks. Here's the last date of the mic. Like, it was like whatever last week was." And
just
then
sends you a thumbs up.
No response. I literally was like, "Hey man, we're done. Like, we had a really good time. But actually, it's a really hard decision for us to like end it because we had a really good time there."
He does not give a fuck, bro.
No, he does. He loves us. He's obsessed with us, and he's a great guy. I like him a lot.
Yeah,
I like him a lot. Justin, if you're listening, you're a great dude.
Hey man, thank you so much for all you've done. It really meant a lot to me. Best wishes for you and future endeavors. No response.
Well, I asked him like, "Hey, do you want us to pass on the day to like one of our friends who wants to do an open mic?" And he was like,
"No, we're good."
He didn't. No response. No response, dude.
Awesome.
It's crazy. I think he hates us. No, he likes us. He like looks out for us. He looked out for us.
And he still hasn't responded?
No response. He's also bad at texting.
Yeah.
And here's another blunder. I made merch for the show and the coffee shop. I was like, maybe we can like split the costs and also like we can split the revenue that we make from these like cool and like, it was a cool shirt,
and he couldn't even be bothered.
He was like, that's a great idea, send me designs. Send him the designs. And he's like, yo, I love these. I'm like, yeah, like, do you want me to order them? No response. No response.
Funny.
He hates me. Justin, if you're listening, I respect you and I like you a lot, so I was gonna talk
it takes that type of relaxed approach to your business to run an open mic. Like you have to really not give a fuck about your cafe to run an open mic there.
There's literally like an open mic every single night, and the baristas hate it. They absolutely despise all the other open mics. They loved our open mic apparently.
Yeah.
They told us that to our face. They're like, you guys are the easiest one to deal with. Like you're actually doing material that's like not like annoying.
Yeah.
People are buying drinks. Like, you guys are actually the only legit ones. And we're like, well, that's our cue. See you
later.
Y'all
cultivated a good vibe.
Thanks, dude.
It's dead now, but y'all had a good vibe.
A little too Brooklyn-y for my taste, but whatever. That's not my fault. Try to get everyone to come out. Yeah, those are my thoughts on the open mic. Do you have any thoughts on the open mic at all?
I had a great time.
Favorite mic in New York City?
Sure. That's not a hard list to top.
I like that. That's still a compliment. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
How many open mics do you do? Like in a week?
Ooh, not enough.
I should do more.
Not enough. Dude, I was like, I don't know. I was getting like enough spots a week. That wasn't like, I was doing like 1 or 2 spots a week. And I was like, I'm chilling. So I'll do like one open mic. So like three-ish spots a week. Yeah.
Okay. That's kind of how I feel. But I always feel like, oh, God, I got to be doing more, bro.
I mean, sort of. Everyone, a lot of people I knew when I first started, like Usama Siddiqui, Alvin Kwai, Hans Kim.
Wow.
They were hitting like 20, 30 mics a week. Oh, Jamie Wolf.
Legends.
These guys are doing 30 to 40 mics a week, and look where they are now. They're killing it. You know?
Yeah, Jamie was on that show that I was on.
Oh.
Why you mad?
Why
lady?
you mad?
Why you so mad?
Why you so mad?
Yeah.
But you know, for
Chatted
every
him up a little bit.
Oh, nice. He's the nicest guy.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
But here's the thing about for every one person that does 30 to 40 mics and becomes successful, there's 100 dudes who do 30 to 40 mics who are not successful.
Yeah.
So I'd rather have a decent life and not gamble my way into hating my life. you
Yeah,
know?
the ROI on open mics, it decreases over
Right.
the years.
Oh yeah, you kind of learn what you need to do, like what you need
Yeah.
like to practice.
I say that. Meanwhile, I haven't written a new bit in like 4 years.
Maybe you are done with stand-up comedy. Maybe this is it.
Maybe this is it.
Maybe you moved to New York. You're passed at clubs, and now you're like, fuck it.
I came home from my last show, and then I did fine. I had a great set. Just came home. I told my girlfriend, like, I think I'm done.
You know what's next? Podding. That's what you said.
Maybe. But
Podcasting.
I'm always thinking about quitting. I think
Right,
everybody is always thinking about quitting stand-up.
I think if you don't think about quitting, it's kind of weird.
You're delusional.
Yeah, it's
probably.
a little too delusional.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I was thinking about it today at work. I was like,
Yeah.
man, what if I just quit, But then I thought, like,
What would you do?
exactly.
Nothing.
I was like, there is nothing
else you want to do.
nothing else I want to do. And I don't mean that in like, I love stand-up so much, there's nothing else I'd rather be doing.
Nothing you can do.
I literally mean, like, if I wasn't doing this, I would literally have zero ambition.
Yeah, you would be an incel, like Redditor, video
Yeah.
game addict.
Yeah, I don't know what I would run more, I guess. The fuck? What would I do, bro?
You'd run more. Do you like going on runs?
No,
I was
but
like,
I would
I've
just run
never-
because like I wouldn't have anything to do.
I think you get really into a hobby like boxing or something, or MMA or something.
I don't want to do that. I'd rather. Oh god,
do it
I
casually?
will do stand up to keep me from doing MMA.
Right.
Yeah,
That's a good deterrent.
I think I would just. I don't know what the fuck. I don't think
probably
I
just
would.
wither.
I don't think I would like excel in any career or anything
Yeah.
like that. I think I would just rot away.
Me too. Which
That's
is why.
That's the argument that I need to make to my dad. When he's asking me why I'm still doing stand up,
Yeah.
instead of being like, because I love it, I think I have a really good chance of making something, and it just means a lot to me. I should just tell him,
Yeah,
like,
none of
without
that
this,
gay shit.
I would just rot away. I
Yeah.
have no ambition to do anything else.
Right. You're Florence Pugh in Thunderbolts.
Yeah,
You're just like, I need something. So here it is.
I need something.
You're the new Avenger of stand-up comedy.
Right.
You're the Thunderbolts of stand-up comedy. You're the Florence Pugh of stand-up comedy.
The Florence Pugh.
How would your dad react if you're like? I feel like if you said that to your dad, he'd be like, "What the fuck are you talking about? You're crazy.
I think he would understand.
Start a
that.
family."
That makes more sense.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
That actually lights a fire in me more than
Right.
I could be someone one
Right.
day. Because no, I'm not. But
That's also not how anyone feels after like 2 years in. You know what I mean? Like no one feels like I'm gonna change the world with my stand-up comedy.
yeah, but
Yeah.
you still have that little inkling of hope. Like, oh, maybe I can make this.
Yeah,
maybe I can make it big. Maybe I can be one of the big guys.
Right. That's more healthy though. That's more like, oh, maybe. Oh, you mean like there's a feeling that there's a chance that you could do it.
Yeah. I mean,
Interesting.
yeah. Of course, you want to go like.
Do you think you've accepted that?
Of course, you
maybe-
have like a little bit of a dream of like, dude, I could. Be,
Right.
Yeah.
But I think we both realize that it's all luck. Like a lot of it's luck.
It is, but that doesn't completely extinguish. You know,
The feeling
dream.
of right.
Because it is all luck, but then you start seeing people who are right next to you, like get it, and you're like, oh shit.
Right. Well, you can
Maybe their
also
luck is gonna rub off on me.
you can believe in luck.
Yeah.
It's not like luck is like nihilistic, like, oh, it's all luck, who cares? It's like, oh, but like I'm gonna get lucky.
Right.
Right,
Oh
right.
yeah, I'm gonna get lucky. That's
I'm gonna
really
get
funny.
lucky. Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get lucky, and also I gotta work hard. So when I'm ready and I hit my chance, I'm gonna take it. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Be undeniable. That's the only way. That's the
God.
only
You know,
way.
the more I lose opportunities, the more I
hate that idea.
the more I cling on to that. I just gotta be undeniable.
Be undeniable.
Yeah, I submitted to the Don't Tell comedy contest.
Oh, right. I forgot that was happening.
Dude, I didn't even get into the contest.
No, are you serious?
No, I got my rejection letter.
No.
So I'm like, dude, like I thought I was on the cusp of getting a taping. I couldn't even get in the contest.
That's crazy.
So it's like, how you gonna hate from the
Dude, but
outside
also,
the
like,
club kind of thing?
What the hell? What? Who's watching? Who's running the? Who's watching the tapes for the?
I
You know what I
don't
mean? Like,
know.
who are the bookers for the Don't Tell comedy competition? Like I don't know.
I don't know. There were a lot of submissions apparently, but
Of course, that's like
fuck.
that's the modern day like Tonight Show to get a Don't Tell taping.
I think so. Yeah.
It's like that and like I don't know,
And
like
the Tonight
a
Show.
Netflix special or something.
Yeah.
Like a streaming special or Don't
like
Tell.
the Joe Rogan experience.
Right, or JRE,
Appearance.
honestly. Those are the only
Yeah.
3 ways to make it now. It's not about TV.
Day, Michael Day.
Oh, yeah.
His just came out today.
I saw that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
watch it, but friend of the pod.
Very funny.
Legendary guy.
Legend.
All right, I have another blunder that didn't really happen to me. Well, I was there, but it was funny. You want to hear it about my girlfriend?
I want to talk about this.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's cool.
No, I forgot that I wanted to mention this. I bring this up.
Oh, you're being for real? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go. Never mind.
I was listening to
So funny. So good. Yeah, no, fuck me. No, never mind. No, what do you have? Yeah, what's up?
No, what were you gonna say? It
No,
better
no,
be.
you're
It
good.
better be good.
No, I want to hear
It
yours.
better be.
I legitimately
What were
want to
you
hear
gonna say?
yours.
Wait,
It's
Just say the topic.
No,
and then I'll
no.
decide if.
I legitimately want to hear yours first. I think this is funny.
I
I don't think mine's good. That's why I want to hear yours. It legitimately is just it's filler.
think this is interesting.
Okay.
I think
Great.
so. I was listening to a podcast, and a friend of mine got an ex on the podcast, and they're talking about the recent breakup.
Ooh.
And they
I already hate this. This sounds terrible.
right, yeah, it was interesting. It was an interesting listen.
Yeah.
But there was a moment when they were talking about how they helped each other grow.
Oh.
Even though the relationship was over, they both felt like they walked away. They grew from the relationship.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking about my current relationship, and I feel like I've grown.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought about, like, have I helped my partner grow?
Ooh.
And I don't think I do.
But it's not about necessarily growing the other person.
Yeah, but, like, should you expect to... If you are not growing from the relationship, is that a sign that the relationship is bad for you?
No, I don't think so. Not necessarily. Like, do you think couples that are like 80 years old and they're like married to each other for 50 years, like, are they still growing? No, they're just like, there's a sense of comfort, a sense of protection, a sense of
But
belonging.
what about at the budding stages? Like, if there was no growth from the beginning, do you think that would be a bad sign, a red flag?
No, I don't think so. I think in a relationship you should gain something,
Yeah.
like in terms of like a feeling of some feeling of belonging, of togetherness, of like aspects of their life that you respect and that you try to emulate. Maybe you try to, like, I don't know, think about how that relates to your life. Like, I think there should be
Yes.
moments where growth doesn't necessarily happen, but you have feelings of comfort and admiration, and that potentially could lead to growth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you, and I do agree with you. But I'm like, man, what would she admire about me?
Truly nothing.
Not much.
Well, I think she probably like enjoys your company. She probably
Yeah.
thinks you're funny.
Yeah.
She probably, like, I don't know, likes talking to you. Like, she probably just like likes your company. Like, those are enough, I think, for a relationship. It doesn't necessarily mean she admires who you are as a person, your personality.
Sure. I definitely get more out of it than she does.
But that's also okay. I don't think that's a
Yeah.
bad thing. She's probably just more assured of who she is than you are, and that's okay.
Yeah, she's pretty old. I'm a young buck who I had to mature.
You're like, yeah, I grow when she's fucking
I-
naked.
yeah.
My dick.
Yeah, I had to
yeah.
mature to secure the old lioness, but I did it.
Yeah. That's kind of sad,
Secured
though.
the bag.
Do you actually feel that way, that you have nothing to offer your girlfriend? That's so sad. This is the saddest thing I've ever heard. That's a blunder. Kind of
yeah,
a flop.
I feel. I mean, outside of the regular boyfriend stuff, like good company, fun time.
But that's what you're offering. You're a boyfriend.
Yeah.
You don't have to be like a mentor. That'd be weird. You don't have to be like her teacher.
I guess so. I just feel like
Yeah.
I've grown a lot, and like I don't
that's
know
cool.
if I offer the same level of growth.
You guys should talk about it. I think you should bring that up to her to be like, I think she would like to hear that. Like you actually.
We did talk about it.
That's sweet. That's a good
Yeah.
thing to like any moment where you're like feeling, I don't know, admiration. I think is good.
No, we talked about it, and then she was affirming that I have helped her in ways. But I started tuning out.
She's like, oh yeah, you're funny.
And man, you're so tall.
And your roommates are so cool.
New girls all the time,
Oh,
coming
that's
in and
so
out.
Cool. You have such good friends. Good at cooking.
Yeah.
No, yeah. So you tuned out after she was talking about how there are things that she admires about you. That's on you, dude. She said she gave you a list and you said no thanks. She said, whatever. Who cares?
How much do I want to divulge?
The list was bad. Is that what you're about to say?
No, the list was not bad.
Okay.
But
You don't have to divulge too much. I don't know if she listens to this. What's
she,
up,
she
girlfriend?
probably will. She probably will.
What's up?
I don't want to say anything on the pod that I haven't already told her.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's okay. Well, yeah, it's an interesting
I
question.
think I've helped her unfurl a lot of stuff.
But maybe you're just in a better, I don't know, more stable part of your life
Yeah.
or whatever. And like, are the aspects that you are stable, you are more stable. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I think that's a good point.
So it's not like you have to. Again, you don't have to be your mentor or like a fixer.
Yeah.
In fact, I feel like in a bad relationship, you are the mentor, or you are constantly the fixer. Constantly trying to change that person. Like
yeah,
there's like
that's true. Yeah.
like a voluntary.
Yeah,
thing.
lack of growth means stability.
It can.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm saying. When you're like 8
Yeah,
years old.
yeah, a relationship's not the fucking economy. It doesn't need inflation and constant growth. Maybe stability is fine.
Yeah.
If a relationship's not growing, maybe a stagnant relationship is good.
Here's how I think of it. They should be growing on their own, and you're there to support them as they grow.
Sure.
And if you happen to trigger them to grow, that's also okay. That's in a way support.
Right.
Right. But I think something interesting I heard online from this like behavior relationships like therapist or whatever. She was saying how like a relationship, you guys are both growing in separate ways, but also like you have in the relationship you have to learn how to like grow concurrently. Which I thought, that's so interesting to think about how like it's inevitable that you guys are both gonna change as you get older.
Right.
Because you have to just the relationship and its strength and its bond is like how to reconcile things and like support each other as you guys both go through it, even on like a subconscious level they don't even realize. You know?
Oh my God! I never even think about relationships like that. It's
Dude,
so
I guess that is their job.
overwhelming,
Yeah,
bro.
that is literally their job though. And I think if
Yeah.
things are chill, like you don't have to look into it that much.
Growth is overrated, to be honest. Here's the thing. It's like people talk about growth, personal growth, like it's linear.
Sure.
And maybe in a relationship, it's not that. Maybe it's not like before I met you, I was here, and now I'm at point B over here.
No, I don't think growth is also linear in general anyway.
Yeah.
It can go, it's up and down kind of
Yeah.
thing. It's
But,
like
but
sometimes
maybe
two
like
steps
a
forward, one step
relationship,
back.
like it's not growth. Maybe it's just change.
Sure.
It's like we've changed each other in this specific way. Do you like yourself now or not?
Sure.
And then, because here's what I've noticed is I know it's not growth because as soon as the relationship ends, I go right back to the way I was before the relationship. So how
Right,
could that
right.
be growth?
Damn. Well, you
how
don't
can
know.
growth be linear?
When was the longest relationship you've had?
I was in like a 4-year relationship in Texas.
It's pretty long.
Yeah, but
But like, how old were you? This was like 20s, right?
early 20s.
You kind
it
of-
didn't feel as serious as like my
Current.
relationships now.
Right. So that's probably the difference, right? You're probably younger, right? I think you have to compare it to like how old you are. So like if you have multiple relationships past maybe like 30, that are like 3 years. You know what I mean? That's what I feel like is a more comparable thing. Because I feel like when you're 30 or so, you're more like you've kind of not plateaued, but like you've hit a stasis in a way of who you are. You're not going to change too much. You know.
Right.
You kind of figure things out, like what you like, what makes you tick, who you are, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So then that's a more comparable, like, oh, I can compare me, actual me with actual me, while like now it's like me now versus when I was 20, you know?
Yeah.
Different, way different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
20s, I didn't know what I wanted.
Who
now
you were.
I like being spat on.
Hell yeah. No growth there. Hey, maybe no growth is part of your life. I mean, as you've grown with her, but you haven't grown, and you haven't written a new joke in 4 years.
Fuck.
So maybe that's the trade-off, right?
I want to write more relationship stuff.
Ooh.
But I don't have a lot of insight there.
Because
my relationships.
It sounds like you have a lot of insight.
They're
I feel
too
like
stable. My relationships are too stable.
I feel like you have a lot of you have a lot to say about your relationships. It's kind of interesting. It's good.
Yeah, but it's not funny.
Yeah,
I just feel like the people who have great relationship materials have horrible relationships.
Right. I mean,
You know?
do you know Demetri Martin? You know Demetri Martin, right?
Yeah.
People, I think he was on Mark Maron. Mark Maron's like, yeah, why do you do like the one-liners? He was like, I tried doing like the personal stuff, and in my mind I was like, who gives a shit? That's like how I feel about like if you're in a solid relationship, like you could maybe make a joke out of it, but it's like, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
You know?
I would just be repeating like conventional wisdom.
Right.
There's nothing interesting about it.
Totally.
You know? The best relationship materials is like Punk told me this. It's always a guy reenacting an argument that they had, but saying what he should have said. That's the relationship bits on stage.
Interesting.
And I don't do that. I don't really fight with my girlfriend.
You're chilling.
I'm chilling, bro. Is that a bad sign?
No.
Because people have told me that. They're like, why don't we ever fight?
Yeah, I feel like that is similar to my relationship. We're not big into fighting.
I've never been that way.
Yeah, we kind of figure it out pretty quick.
Yeah. But even with people outside, like my old friends, they'd be like, man, Vic, we've known each other for years and we've never had a big fight.
Yeah, I think it's only an issue when you start.
Chill, and because they're scared of me. It's probably because they're scared.
I mean, look at your guns. I would be scared. I'm afraid of you right now.
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking. No, you tell your story. You're good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And that's why this podcast starts on time every week, and we get it done in an hour.
Yeah, we're cooking. We got a little late today, but that was on me. I had to figure out the camera. The camera's being weird. Anyway,
but don't worry, listeners. I'll set them straight.
Yeah. Next we have a black eye. Vic, what do you want to talk about this week? Things are coming, man. Let me get you dinner after. Bajan's on me, for sure. Whatever you want. Anyway, speaking of girlfriends, I have a funny blunder with my girlfriend. Yours is definitely more interesting.
Close it out.
Yours is definitely more interesting. Mine a little more inciting, a little more angering.
Yeah, she's in the other room.
But she didn't. It was none of her fault. But it happened to her.
Oh, it's a new girl?
Yes. Ashley, Claire, I can't keep track. Anyway, no, we were at a diner in Brooklyn Heights, and this is actually the diner that when we first met, we went to 7 years ago. And it was the 7-year anniversary this weekend. We didn't even realize. We were like, wait, what week? Oh my God. Crazy. Fun.
Oh my gosh,
so we're having fun. We're having fun. We're having a good time. However, they had redone the diner since we've been there. It is less of a New York diner, more of like one of those like bougie diners, like a Kellogg's, where it's like they redid the flooring. The booths are different. Like it's all like clean and new, and like it's kind of annoying. It's kind of an annoying brunch place or not a diner place now. Anyway, we're in there. We're like, whatever. We're hungry. We're gonna eat. Whatever, right? So she orders pancakes. I order a burger, and we're like, okay, pretty normal orders. And then the waiter comes out. Oh, by the way, all the wait staff there. Also a little annoying. They all have like tattoos. They all look like they're from Bushwick. They have like tattoos on their arms. As a guy with tattoo on his arms, annoying.
Freshly tattooed, by the way. Got this tattoo like 6 months ago.
You're right.
It's one little jalapeno pepper. As a man with tattoos. Okay.
They have like the wolf cut, like mullets. Like they're just one of those. The whole wait staff is that. Like the guy from The Bear, that's what they all look like. Him, right? And so I was like, all right, it's a little kind of annoying, but whatever. Everyone was pretty nice, but one of the waiters came out, and he had the pancakes, and there's syrup on it, and he puts the pancakes down, syrup tips over, gets all over my girlfriend.
Ruined. Oh!
All over my girlfriend, which is fine. Hey, accidents happen. I used to work at a restaurant. You used to work at a restaurant. Accidents happen, right?
Yeah.
So we were like, oh, no big deal, whatever, right? And then the other wait staff were like, oh my god, well, like what happened? Because they were like cleaning up, right? And he goes, oh, she spilled syrup all over herself. The waiter said, my girlfriend spilled syrup all over herself. And we looked at each other and we're like, what the fuck? You spilled syrup. We didn't say this. Well, you spilled it on her. What are you talking about?
He's doing hand signs. He does a jerk off motion.
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
She spilled syrup all over herself.
Loser. We're like, what the fuck?
She spilled syrup all over herself.
We're like, what?
Yeah, this sticky dumb bitch
This
spilled
dumb
syrup all over herself.
What the? So they moved us to another booth because like the booth was syrup.
Come on, Maple Mary, move you down to another booth.
yeah. Come on, Grandma. Don't think about what you done, you dumb idiot. So then they took a while to get us napkins. We had to ask for napkins to clean ourselves up, right? And then we used all the napkins. They didn't give us more napkins.
Like rush hour. Wipe yourself off.
Wipe
Wipe yourself off. You sticky.
Exactly. And so we had to ask for more napkins. They didn't. We had to ask for more syrup. They provided us nothing.
They didn't even give you more syrup?
No!
They spilled it on you?
We
That's your one syrup.
Yeah, we literally were like, I would be like, hey, can we get more syrup? And they're like, oh, right. And we're like, are you kidding me? First off, you blame her. Second off, you didn't no syrup, no napkins. We're sitting here sticky. Like he wanted us to use the syrup that we had spilled to use on our pancakes. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Infuriating, right? So then I go into work. This is fun. I go into work today. Start complaining about this. I said the name of the diner. I'm not gonna say it because it's hard out there for small businesses. But I named the diner.
Well, yeah, because they're spilling syrup on their
they're losing
customers.
money. Yeah. So I told this to my coworker, and my coworker he heard the name of the diner. He goes, "Oh, my friend owns that diner." And I was
no way.
But then he was like, but I agree with you. I've been to her other restaurants, and they're all annoying like that. And I was like, yo, yes.
They're all annoying.
They're all like insufferable that way.
Wow.
And I was like, thank God.
That's part of the interview.
Yeah, like how.
Sorry, your vibe's too good. We're gonna have to pass.
Let's do a technical question. Imagine if you spilled syrup on somebody. What would you do? Oh, nothing. You're hired.
You would blame them.
You would blame them. Yeah.
Do anything afterwards?
The restaurant has never been wrong. You're right. You're hired.
Wow. So how did you handle it in the restaurant? Did y'all complain?
No, we were trying to be nice about it. We're just like, oh, it's okay. And they moved us, and we had to ask for other shit, and we're just like, oh, whatever. The food was good. Everyone else was nice. It was really just this one waiter.
Come on, Art.
What?
This is your chance.
Fuck them. I hate them.
Destroy their business.
No, they were a respectable business. They were fine, I guess. Montague Diner. Look it up.
There we go. They spilled shit on your girl.
They shit on my girlfriend. That guy won't be working there in the next 2 months. I guarantee you. He was a mid waiter at best. He was mid.
What was Lauren's reaction when she spilled syrup on herself?
We both. We. Like
was it like after sex when they have to lay there?
Yeah.
Like not.
Let me grab a towel.
She's all sticky.
Yeah.
Don't move.
Don't move.
It'll drip off you.
It smells so weird.
I'll get you a napkin.
Yeah. Next time, put a towel down. That's what the waiters ask. Hey, you want a new booth? We're gonna put a towel down this time, you dumb idiot.
That sucks, man.
Yeah, pretty. It would have been fine if he didn't say that.
She spilled it on it like a baby.
Yes,
like a toddler. She spilled it on herself.
The moment he said that, we both looked. Her and I looked at each other. We're like, "What the fuck? What a fucking loser!" What
I think I would do the same thing. Me and my girl would just be like, "Wow," and you know
That's
what?
So rude.
We would grow from that.
Well, I mean, you would have. She would not have. She would have spilled more syrup on herself. Anyway.
What if she leaves me? What if she starts thinking about like, oh, I'm like, what if she starts measuring how much she's grown and she's not happy with it, and she leaves me? That's growth, baby.
I think that is growth. I think you're right. I think at the end of the day, she would have grown from this experience.
Fuck! What have I done?
You could have offered her more, and you offered her nothing.
What have I done?
But that's okay. That would make you grow. Do you think her breaking up with you would grow at all? You'd go back to your old self?
I think this podcast will take a wild turn. I think this podcast can get very chaotic if that
Whoa.
happened. I would be all right, but
You'd be like, fuck women. Women all suck. The only thing that makes sense is Marvel rivals.
I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
I wouldn't hate women. I think I'd love them a little too much
Right,
after
right.
we broke up.
Dude, one last quick story
Yeah,
about one of my friends, Amanda Giles. Actually, do you know her? She's a comic.
Sounds familiar.
She's cool. Anyway, she's a coworker who they were hanging out at a happy hour, and they're drinking a little bit, right? This coworker doesn't work there anymore, so I'm actually okay with telling the story. So he starts going on about women a little bit too much, and she goes, "Do you kind of resent women?" And then he goes, "Well, after my last breakup," and then he just went on about the breakukup, and that's like why he sort of resents women.
Wow.
And then Amanda, my friend, was like, "Well, she's not representative of all women. Like she's just one person. Like just because she did that to you doesn't mean we're all like this."
And he's like, "That's what they all say."
Yes. And during the conversation, he made her cry.
He made her cry?
Yeah, because he just like was so rude.
He was so adamant that
Just like
he was
so,
right.
yeah, and like kept interrupting her and just like getting angry at her that he made her cry. And then later that week, during a work meeting, he started doing the same thing while sober and made her cry one more time about work stuff.
Whoa, made her cry?
Yeah, and he like a month later got fired.
Yeah,
So-
you can't be making your coworkers cry, especially if they're women.
Especially the women one. So her manager actually saw him do that to her and was like, "Yeah, he's been doing that to a lot of women."
Bro.
Which is so crazy. Yeah.
I don't
Anyway.
think I would hate women.
No, I don't think you would either.
Nah.
That is like something that happens though. Like during a breakup, I feel like dudes who don't like understand.
Did he get cheated on?
I don't know what happened. I didn't get the details of that.
Even if I got cheated on, I'd be like, you know what? That's just the game.
Respect.
Yeah, respect.
That's sick.
You
Wish
got
I knew.
me.
Yeah.
You beat me. Good
You
game.
beat me in the
Game,
playoffs.
set, match. Yeah.
You won. You won the finals.
We'll rebuild in the off
Yeah, you-
season. We'll come
off-season,
back
right.
stronger.
The draft is next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
There's a
start
lot of
conditioning
young
now.
talent out
Yeah,
there
a lot of
that I
talent.
can scout.
We have some number 1 picks.
Right out of college.
right out of college. Yeah. It's been putting up numbers. There's also a sleeper putting up numbers in the J League.
All right, man. I think
That's
that's a good spot.
It's a good ep. It's a good
All
week.
right.
Thanks for listening, y'all.
Check out Asian Comedy Festival tomorrow.
Yeah. This comes out a week later. Nah, just check our Instagrams. Go follow us and like us. And have an amazing week. Goodbye. Nice.